This, I understand, could be attributed to the use of marijuana. It causes errors in time, space.
Well, yeah, we're rocking here with
Don't mind him just tweaking out over there.
with
He's just being a little
GHC.
hyper.
Okay, I'm trying to do introduction here. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Talking high culture, back at you again with another Wednesday. Hope the mic's doing good. That's what Marco's checking over here. And we're good. And we're good. Awesome. Good audio check. We don't have anybody for the actual audio check. So what's up? We're gonna take a christening hit right now, ladies and gents. So Chris, why don't you take the christening hit?
Chat, if you're out there, let us know how you like our new setup. We're trying new lighting, we're trying new backdrops, we're trying a little closer camera angles, a little more personalized for you guys. So let us know, how's it looking? Does it look nice? Does it look Does it look better?
How's it looking? How's it feeling? How's it looking? How's it feeling?
Thank you for joining us on Talking High Culture. As the boys have said, we are trying out new things, and thank you for always joining us on this journey, trying out these new things with us. We're always trying to get closer and closer to looking as professional of a podcast as we can, and we thank you guys for coming along on the journey with us. We really, really appreciate it. We're just trying as much stuff as we can and seeing what really works for you guys, seeing what you guys like, because we also want to be adaptable to what the community wants from us, as well as putting out our own vibes and getting what we want out of this. So thank you for everybody. Thank you, boys, for joining us. And let's just fucking get smoking. Yeah, let's get right to it. Yeah.
My boy.
Change. It's scary.
He doesn't like change. It's all good. We're testing out new stuff, and then we're getting more of a designated set, right? Hopefully, we'll get upgraded chairs, upgraded cameras, upgraded audio, all in due time. But to actually look more like professional set. One thing that I want to one thing that I want to bring up before we get started on tonight's article is that Ricky just mentioned starting a parody music group. So that's also something that we're probably going to be doing in the works. So if we give up completely on talking high culture, just know it's to make music.
Coming for you, Lonely Island. You ain't got shit on us.
First place,
Gold Star Casino Bowling League coming right at you.
all prod by me. So yeah,
Going strikes.
original beats, original music,
We're only performing at
bar mitzvahs.
local bowling. Playing.
We're only performing at bar mitzvahs at local bowling centers. I'm looking cracked at bowling.
I mean, maybe you don't.
Yeah, there's like few things that I'm just like really good at. Bowling is one of them.
Yeah, I've done I can do decent with bowling.
Well, I feel like
I'm not like good, but I'm not horrible.
yeah.
Like
As with anything, there's like form to bowling, right? And growing up, we used to go on base and bowl a lot because it was cheap, and like you could take the whole family fucking bowling, And so my parents would take us bowling, and we'd be there for like fucking 5 hours bowling, and like eventually you learn how to throw the bowling ball properly and shit. So
Yeah. As with anything with big balls oriented, Ricky is gonna be really liking that shit. He's like, ooh, big balls.
yeah. Anytime I see big balls, I go, ooh, let them swing, daddy.
That one out.
The very first time that I remember like going like seriously bowling like as an adult, no bumpers or anything like that. Yeah, like because I was a kid, like before then. I had gotten 2 strikes in a row and then rolled like 6 gutters in a row after that. So
Wow.
yeah,
As far as I know, the gutters were the scores, bro.
Wait, you're not supposed to throw it in the gutter?
I think that's the hardest thing to do is to throw it in the gutters purposefully.
Then I was succeeding.
The goal is to throw it in the gutters as fast as possible. So you just throw it down the gutters. Really fucking.
You give it a little spin, so like right at the end, like it's going like this and just pops out, gets all the fucking pins.
One time
Here's the trick.
got drunk and I went to go throw the ball down my lane, and I was so drunk that when I went to step to throw the ball, I like went like this, and when I went like this to like bring it back, I let go, and the ball went in the other lane and like rolled in front of the other bowler, and I laughed. I was like, I was so trash, bro. I was blacked out. I was so drunk. I was so embarrassed though. Like I let that go, and even like blacked out drunk, I was like, what a fucking idiot.
I've done that shit where like my fingers got stuck in the fucking ball. So like
That shit hurt.
when I went to throw it, like it released like super fucking late.
Oh.
Then like it would like flop. Like by the time it let go, like my hand was up here, so it's like I'm just launching this thing, fucking shot putting the fucking bowling ball down the lane.
Now, if that happens, is it because the bowling ball is too big or too small?
The finger,
The ringlets. Yeah, the ringlets
The
on
ringlets.
the inside. Yeah, they are different because you can have a ball that has like bigger
weights.
bigger rings on the inside. Same weight but different rings for different finger holds.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so you can have like a 15-pound ball, like all the finger holes are loose.
Uh-huh.
15-pound ball, these
Tighter.
tight as fuck in the
Yeah,
thumbs.
yeah.
It's just because they
I have
don't
noticed that.
understand
Yeah.
fingers fucking
And weight and shit like that. If you could just throw a bigger ball.
But like the real bowlers, they only use two fingers. They fucking thumb in it. They put their two fingers in it and they turn it in the stance from holding it like.
Yeah.
Spin.
So I feel like not having your thumb in it would probably give you a little bit more control and like spin of the ball and shit.
That's what bowling is. You don't throw the ball straight. You want to hook the ball and spin it so when it hits the pin goes like that, not just straight.
Now, what do you think about the two fingers and instead of the thumb in the third hole, there's a thumb resting over? Like, is that also probably
You can see that being basically like the same thing.
the same thing?
Yeah.
That's usually pretty accepted when I'm
Okay.
Um,
I think that's how I do.
So that I wanna ask the question of when was there times when you were fucked up and you were like damn, like I'm really fucked, but like you had to do something. It's kind of like how his situation was. Like something had to happen where you're like, oh, I'm fucked up right now.
Other than that one bowling incident, was at Top Golf one time, blacked out, and trying to golf at Top Golf blacked out is like the hardest fucking thing you could ever do. And I remember we spent so much money at Top Golf that even when I was like blacked out driving home, I was like, yo, that shit was so fucking expensive. We're never going back there again. And he was like, yeah, never again though, dude.
Stupid.
But yeah, I was drunk and on other substances that, you know, mixed together will make you black out. And yeah, fucking Top Golf.
The last time that I feel like I made an ass of myself when I was on substances was actually I was on shrooms, right? And they were what we did was we ground up shrooms and we put them in like a little tea bag and then we dropped the tea bag in the water. And me and my homie we would just sip on that throughout the day while we were working at Amazon. And one time I think I just took too many of the little shroom bits into my mouth, right, instead of sipping on it. And I remember I was doing with sorting. So you're just kind of like pivoting back and forth, putting items from a conveyor belt into a cubby, into a wall, right? And you know, like a regular weed high for the first like maybe 15 to 30 minutes, it's just back and forth, and you're like, it's okay. I'm just in the zone. I'm just in the zone. I'll get out of it, right? But then I started turning pale and it started turning flush, right? And however I was going the back and forth was not actually going back and forth.
It wasn't a smooth motion.
It was not a smooth motion. Because homegirl in the lane next to me was like, "Are you good?" And I go, "What do you mean? I'm working just fine." And she's all like, "You keep missing shit. You keep hitting corners, right? You're not even hitting the buttons. You're supposed to hit the button after you put an item in there to signify that it's good to go through. I hadn't hit a single button. All my entire lights were still the color red instead of here. And I was like, "Fuck." And I was like, so luckily, you know, me being a supervisor there, I was able to pull somebody from the other side of the wall. I was like, hey, can you take my spot for a real quick second? I just got to go use the restroom, right? And then I go to the bathroom, right? And I'm over here just like tripping. Come back when I think I'm okay, right? And then I talk to them. Whatever it is that they're saying to me, it's like in one ear and out the other, right? And I'm just like, yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, no. Like not even actually listening to what they're saying. I was just responding
They're like saying no, they're like
asking questions.
You know, of course.
Yeah. And then
Of course to know. What do you? How does that even work? No, of course. What? Huh? Like, this fool is fucked up. HR, where you
For real, what snapped me out of it was homeboy said was this fool's not even listening, or he's like he's not even listening to us, right? And I was like, actually, no, you're right. Give me one more second, I'll be back, right? So that's the last.
at? I just want to be like, this fool ain't getting out of my sight. I'm watching this fool. Because he's going to get to a corner and be like, fuck. Corner and be like, oh, I got to read him.
I took several laps.
Yeah,
before
dude,
I
that's the
came
only thing that you could do when you're on shrooms and acid is walk that shit off.
Or you have the wherewithal to be like, feel good, I have to go home.
It's 2 hours into my day, and I had like 4 hours PTO.
I would have been like, yo, I just threw up. I really don't feel good. I don't know what's going on. This is really I would have played in that card so hard, bro. I'd be like, I'm tripping so hard. I gotta act sick.
Oh yeah, we gotta chat. So I had to go back and pick up my little brother and cousin up from concert. Drove drunk for AF for the first time. Could barely see, and there was hella cops outside the arena. the arena.
Anxiety.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, bruh. Yeah, being a kid and thinking that like cops can literally see into your car. Right? Like you're so sketched out when you see a fucking cop for the first time when you're fucked up and driving. You're like, "Play the booth. Stop smoking."
There was one time I was driving home with a White Claw. Like, I think I was at a barbecue and I had like half of my White Claw left.
And I was like, oh, I'll take it with me. I'll just drink it on the way home, like whatever. Should have thrown it away, obviously, but I was like, fuck it, I'll take it with me. And I like have it in my cup holder, and I'm driving, and I see those fucking berries and cherries, dude. They blurt my ass, and I was like, no fucking way. So I'm like, what do I do with this fucking seltzer? And I was like, fuck, 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 fuck. And I just threw it under my seat, and I could hear it like spilling and like pouring into my carpet. It's like, and I was like, fuck. So he pulls me over. And he rolls down the window, and I'm like, all right, be cool, dude. I'm like, be cool, it's all good. And fucking, he's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, good. He was like, yeah, I pulled you over because I saw you were on your phone a little bit over there. And I was like, fuck, yeah, I was on my phone. And I was like sitting there, and I was like waiting for him to like smell the White Claw.
Yeah.
But luckily, White Claws don't really smell.
Yeah.
Like they're not like beer. If you pour beer on the ground, you can smell that
You're
shit.
fucked.
White Claws don't have any smell. So yeah, that shit it was just like it was just like not smelling, and I was tripping, bro. I was like, "Fuck, he's gonna take my car." I had just got in my car. I was like, "He's gonna take my car, dude," and all this shit.
Locked up to that.
So luckily, he came back. He was like, "Hey, you're good, bro, but there's something going on with your license, so you have to have somebody come get your car." And I was like, "Oh, for sure." So I had my mom come get my car. But I was fucking freaking out, bro. I was like, no, please, God, no, God.
Yeah, worst, dude. I'm actually still okay. Nope. Not what the fuck. Not even gonna speak on that shit. What the fuck? I was about to jinx the shit out of myself right there. Caught that shit. Ain't even speaking on that. Chris, continue.
200 IQ play right there.
When's the last time you got so messed up that you made it?
I don't know.
Like yesterday at work.
Yeah, like that. That's freaking for me.
This morning at work. Yeah.
Like I was lunch drinking like 3 days ago.
I mean, it does happen pretty frequently. I'm not gonna lie, when I probably do something stupid and I get a little. I always usually end up getting a little overly fucked up.
Yeah. So the lore of Christopher usually consists of him getting fucked up and his friends telling him no, him saying no, I want to, and then
I'm like, yo, I'm good. I got this.
Yeah.
And then until I start to do something like, there's been a few times trying to
sucking his own weed.
trying to skate after leave my house real fucked up and immediately just falling flat on my face. I can't even do that.
To give you a perfect example, here's a situation. If we were all on vacation and for some reason we all decided to drink a giant bottle of Jack Daniels, and then we get halfway through the bottle, and me and Marco and Logan are looking at each other, and we're like, damn, we really need to finish this bottle, but we're really fucked up. What should we do? One of us would come up with the idea, would be like, make Chris drink it. And then Chris would drink it. And then we'd all be like, damn, Chris, why'd you get stuff?
What? So to add on to that, it's basically where I thought that was going is if we're all drinking, it's like there's two to one person that we're thinking of the most that's gonna be like unpredictable, especially when they're drunk.
I mean, I passed out on your guys' apartment floor that one night.
Multiple
Oh
times.
my god. At least like 3 times. He's and he spilled plenty of liquids on our fucking carpet.
I cleaned it up.
He said, "I cleaned it up."
Spilled and exerted liquids.
Yeah.
He secreted liquids.
Oh wait, no, I'm like,
Remember that video?
You did.
I should have been in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But like, I was like, yeah, but like, it's never been.
I never.
I seen up like you make it to the bathroom. Speak of yourself or saying shit.
We did spit up water though. Yeah.
I'll do one of those like
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
carbon. You do one of those Bellagio fountain shows. I'll vomit straight up in the air, and then I'll catch it as it's falling.
Swear to God. Yeah, it's called recycling, and you never let anything go to waste.
You ever been
I'm just saying, food always tastes good a second
You're
time.
speaking Italian. You're speaking Italian. This is common folk over here. They ain't never been to such a great place as Vegas.
I thought he was speaking in
You
tongues.
ain't never been to America's Heartland, Las Vegas?
Las Vegas. No, but we should. So one thing that we actually.
How many viewers we got, Chris?
Three. Thank you for joining us.
Part of those 3 viewers. We absolutely appreciate you.
Thank you.
You are my heart link, my only heart link. You are a heart in New York City.
Speaking on Vegas, I already told Logan about this, but there is an event that we signed up for called Canna One, and they're looking for cannabis speakers to do workshops there at their event. So I had already signed us up. I'm waiting on a response via email, but
We're gonna email them again.
I'm gonna for sure. And I think it's somewhere between June to July. It was like June 6th.
You can slam dunk on that shit, bro.
It's in Vegas.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a trip.
it would be a trip.
Hey,
Yeah, same. Neither have I.
grow up.
Yeah.
I know everything about that place.
I'm
Younger. And I'm taller. I have a chain. 2 black shirts.
I'm wearing
the
gray
gap in
today.
your tooth.
You got what?
How do you want a gap in your tooth? Why wouldn't you?
Why don't you?
Pitiful.
Yeah, I'm really envious of that.
We got the British look going on.
Bruv. Hi, bruv. Bruv. Yeah.
To circle it back, so yeah, if we do end up going to this event, we would be basically Logan. What was it that you said that you wanted to discuss with like audience, like just giving people like teaching people how to sell weed, essentially, is what you were talking about.
Yeah. So what one of my vision was to try to sell our ability to sell weed to people, kind of become freelance demo people in a way, because we're able to sell weed so well. And to sell the ability to sell weed to people, you know what I mean? So if we were to go to the conference, we'd speak as on the topic as such, being like, once you get a certain amount of education or getting to this point and a certain level of social aptitude, then your ability to drive conversations and drive sales is easier.
Yeah. So one thing that from my background that we would be able to use is like me as an event manager, having worked with Dare. I've said this a couple of times. You guys know this already, but I used to fundraise out there for the Dare program, and what we would do is we would go out in front of local retail businesses in the Sacramento area, and with no product behind us, say, hey, we're fundraising for Dare, and if you donate this amount of money, you'll help out this amount of kids. And me being a natural salesman that I am, not to toot my own horn, but I was able to take thousands of dollars back to the office, and get my cut from that, which was 30%, and just like really thrive and pay for pay for my room at a house. Just on commission. That was my only job, and I was getting just 30% commission. Like, that's it.
That's wild.
Yeah, no base pay,
No hourly rate
no
plus
hourly
commission.
rate. and I would be out there for 10 hours a day, rain, cold, everything, and I'd be like, hey, we're just trying to help out some kids. We're just trying to help out some kids.
Can I ask you a question?
He wasn't selling.
Did you demographically choose your areas, or did you have to like go to certain areas?
No, so my bosses, they came out from Los Angeles doing the exact same stuff over there, right? I would say that as far as catering to demographics, the only catering was them choosing to come out here to the greater Sacramento area, specifically because they could identify with the population there the same way that they could in a big city like LA. So I think that that's the only demographic choosing. But everywhere we would go would be wherever would take us.
Yeah, I feel that.
Everywhere in Sacramento.
Yeah, because I'm like, damn, if I'm trying to make some money, I'm gonna go hang outside the Punch Bowl in fucking Midtown, or I'm gonna go to the Fountains in Roseville and be like, hey, we're collecting money for Derek.
Fountains in Roseville was a
Yeah.
place that we frequented. The places that were most accepting to us were like Whole Foods, Save Marts,
I worked at Whole Foods for a little bit.
Rayleigh's, Bel Air's. Those were the ones that I felt were the most.
We're just gonna slide over that. We're just gonna let that one transition. Yeah. Are you Cat Williams? Rayleigh's is Bel Air's is.
But yeah, so all those different types of businesses were the most lucrative, and people that I was really able to say, hey, look, come on and help these kids, please, and it worked,
Keep these kids off pills.
And I was, yeah, exactly that. That's exactly the message that we were saying. Is that, hey, look, take these kids off of drugs and help them prevent suicide. It was all about suicide prevention and mental health awareness. Now there is about that. So I think that utilizing those skills. Oh, so my job there was not only to do that stuff, but also to train other people how to do that effectively.
So you had to inform the public, collect donations, and then train other employees to do the same thing.
To do the exact same thing.
All on 30% commission. That's insane.
Yeah, and I built the best team that we had, and the only thing that really killed that was COVID, right? And the reason why COVID killed it is because it was all in-person stuff right in front of all those stores. It was direct to people. It was exchanging cash. It was money. It was
Cash on hand.
Yeah, it was cash on hand. We did accept payments and stuff like that.
That's another thing, though, is like selling your ability to train people too. We could be freelance demo people, but we could also freelance like train people. Like we don't even have to be a part of your company to come in for a week or two to train new people. You know what I mean?
So that's my credentials in that, and I want to utilize that into how do we turn that into associated with cannabis, associated with talking high culture, and say, hey, we need to train or to be able to get people who are in dispensaries or working with working with brands. Sorry, we need to get bud tenders and brand ambassadors educated in such a way where they can afford not pay $30,000 or not pay $3,000 for a Ganjier class. Maybe pay $100 or $200 for a bud tending certificate. For a class that they took to say, hey, look, I know everything that's absolutely basic that you need to know about THC. I know how to say it in a way that's easy to deliver it on information, right? And help manage the cannabis industry and get everybody talking about a more safe and informative way.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask. I was like, being that we don't have like solid credentials like a associate's degree in botany or in business or in this or that, I was like, it's not impossible to sell like, how to sell weed because I feel like the best tool for learning is firsthand experience. And yeah, if you're a bud tender in Northern California, you sell fucking weed every day, all day long. You know the ins and outs about it. But I have noticed that a lot of other cannabis channels that have like high volume, it's because their creators are credited. Like they're like, hey, I'm blah blah blah. I have a degree in this and a degree in this and a degree in this. So you know that they know their shit. And so us as two bud tenders, former bud tender, guy who just lives in Northern California who just kind of knows a little bit about weed is like it's a little bit harder to kind of sell the whole
So
the program type shit. But I'm not saying that it can't be done. It's just we have to do a little bit extra,
Yeah.
I think that's the best part about the specific thing that we got is that we do have the opportunity to go a little bit extra, right? And you're right, it is all about like having some type of credentials behind you, right? And in the absence of certificates and paper credentials, right? Yeah, we got to sell ourselves.
For sure.
And you kind of leverage the bud tending, our bud tending experience, and how our industry knowledge, and then you also leverage the fact that we've been doing our own podcast, doing our own research on our own time, talking about things that are trending within the industry and happening like actively, and we're talking
I
about.
also think living wherever you live is a big benefit too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
we live
yeah.
in the heart of weed land.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
so we know a little bit about the shit going on.
At the very least a little bit. And
Yeah.
me specifically, like Logan being a bud tender, but he's also gaining new knowledge, in terms of how cannabis processing works, because me being in the as the inventory processor at the dispensary we work at, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to get your weed into your hands. It's not so easy as something like Walmart, where there's like one order, one pallet, and that kind of type stuff. It's it's definitely a lot more controlled. Everything is tracked from seed to sale. So as far as credentials, hopefully by me taking the lead in the brand as a whole, and putting that aspect to credentials, this community that sees us and that sees that we've been trying at this for over a year, that we're here for one, to make sure that we have credibility in the lack of credentials. And I think that that comes from our experience with cannabis, our experience with the wider drug world, because cannabis is still associated with drug use and other type of paraphernalia and such. We'll have to sell ourselves so much harder than people who have those certificate credentials. But that's why we aim to offer at least some type of certificate back.
Yeah.
Hey, look, you take this with us, we'll be able to provide something back with you. And that's not like the only thing that we'll do, but like that would be like a nice eventual conceptualization.
I mean, even just like the courses you're saying, even just having like some type of regulated cannabis course credentials is, I feel like, a benefit. But I like, as much as I say here, I'm like, yeah, we don't have credentials, but it's possible. I do believe that, because like what I've learned is like there's no set path to success. You know what I'm saying? Like you can make it your own way. Just because Dr. Mike has a PhD in whatever, and you want to start a channel because you've been in the gym for 20 years and you feel like you can do some shit and help some people out, like you can make it too,
You can
you
do
know?
it.
And there's no lying in the fact that people do fake it till they make it, and people have done it, and it's possible to be confident in your ability and kind of have a base amount of knowledge and be able to kind of have a facade in that you really know more than what you are putting on, and get yourself to where you need to get.
Yeah. Now,
It's
granted,
completely possible to do that. People have done that. People do that all the time.
Now, granted, we're bringing all this up just because, like I said, there's a Canna One event looking for speakers, right? And I feel like this is just something that we would be able to offer as part of what we do, right?
Yeah,
But
this still
not
hasn't been an ironed out idea. That's just it's
Yeah.
our time slot would be like an hour or whatever.
I feel like a major topic for us to maybe discuss if we did get an hour would to like really push how strains are subjective to different people, and how, like, as with medicine, just because a certain strain has, relaxing effects, and that's the overall take, your body's mechanics and the way your brain functions and the way your cannabinoid receptors work is a little bit different than everybody else's. So like, I don't know. I just feel like that's a big thing with me is um experimenting with different strains to
Yeah.
find what works for you, because it's not all like set in stone with effects and how, the high is going to be and everything like that.
Even just something like that, organizing that thought in a way where we can put it down to like a paragraph on a pamphlet, and you have somebody that is able to take that information and just find a way that they're able to polish it and back out there, so that way, even just as reels or even just as short form content, right? Because then what we are able to do is uh, push that reel. So like, it's just as an example, because this is going to be cut anyways, right? That clip, what you're just saying right there, I can take that, I can clean that little bit up, and I can promote that as a reel, right? And like, hey, if you want to take a cannabis course class and learn further information on topics like this, right? And
Link in bio.
yeah, link in bio,
Yeah.
right? So
Type
you know,
shit.
I appreciate
Type shit.
yeah, type shit. Like that's the beauty of it, is that we can have and that's what cannabis is about, is that it's going to bring these types of questions and bring like, hey, look, we have to talk about this because everything affects everybody differently. We have to consider this aspect of cannabis, you have to consider that.
Mhm.
There's so many variable factors when it comes with cannabis, so you have to take in all those things into consideration.
Yeah, I do definitely feel like, yes, book learning and class lectures and learning information that way is a good way to learn. But I definitely do feel like that firsthand experience using cannabis
Oh,
and
yeah.
experimenting with cannabis and buying different kinds of strains
yeah.
and is a lot more
So
hands-on and fucking you know
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
honestly, I feel like the only way of any real research when it comes to any type of stuff like this, like cannabis or not,
As if they're using themselves.
because even if you're studying on other people, like you're still not going to know or fully understand. There's always going to be that slight degree of like, oh shit, I've never done it. Well, I just had these hundreds of people tell me, so I'm expecting these results, or this is what I can conclude. But ultimately, you could still get something way different than any of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
You
what I'm
could-
saying.
You could be that minority, like out of the majority, that just has like the weird effects.
You're the one that gets up when everybody's down. You know.
And ideally, we are going to try and get more in person, like asking like questions about weed, which even gives us more leverage about people and how you were talking about kind of like not experimenting, but asking questions to the general public to get feedback, and then kind of getting statistics behind that, and getting numbers behind. Hey, do you feel this? Do you have you ever smoked weed? Do you know what indica sativa means? Have you ever heard the indica couch thing? Like even simple questions to that. Like it's like you get numbers, you get more stats, you get data.
I know, just circling in my head right now, a good place to exercise everything that we've been talking about would be at the pop-up shows that are like in Sacramento, right? We'd
Exactly.
be able to get on the ground floor. We'd be able to get ground floor content, asking people real questions like
People
that.
that want that already smoke weed.
Yeah. We'd be able to go around to the different vendors there and be like, hey, how are you are you able to move your product well, and if you're not, right, hey, we got an hour long course where we can kind of give you a little bit of a rundown to just help you sell your weed a little bit better out here, different things like that. I think
Because we know the ins and outs of the actual industry and the black market industry.
yeah, that's sharing both.
You on the screen?
Oh shit, we didn't plug it in because it came out.
No way.
It was on screen, but I think it might have just died.
It died.
It's okay, we'll just give it a 5 minutes charge, turn it back on, and then go back on.
Can you just put that one a little bit, like put that one in front of the TV maybe to get everybody? Yeah, because you were in, and then I was like, I'll see them. So
What we're gonna do is use this as an opportunity.
or here,
Yeah, go ahead and put it back.
Oh, wait.
Right there. Let's just leave it right here as we go over just the news. We're just gonna read over the article.
Okay, let's try me and Marco, I guess.
Just for the article while this thing is charging.
You're good, right?
That's just and then we'll do it just for the article.
That's awesome. No, not even in. But you have to be like, damn. I'm like, oh my God. What folder action is that?
So just for the article, we're gonna go like this. This phone charges, back in, we get back to the main podcast. Or back to the rest of the cast. So this one comes from MJ Biz Daily. We were talking earlier about
Hold it back.
Sorry, run it. We'll hop in with the article.
so this article here is from MJ Biz Daily. Hundreds of Humboldt marijuana farmers are expected to lose their licenses over tax debt. So this is something that's going to be affecting the Humboldt area, just in the way that we have new laws and new taxes coming in moving forward with cannabis.
Cannabis.
Hundreds of marijuana farmers in California's Humboldt County are in jeopardy of losing their business licenses as a deadline looms to pay county cultivation taxes levied years ago. County growers in the state's famed Emerald Triangle face a March 31st deadline to eliminate all tax debts associated with Measure S, a ballot referendum. Shit, damn it. What? Am I slow? Am I slurred?
Yeah, you didn't. You said associated or something. You didn't hit that associated.
I'm sorry.
Start over.
MJ Biz Daily. Hundreds of Humboldt marijuana farmers expected to lose licenses over tax debt. This is from our press. This is from our friend. Dude, yeah.
Let me get
Hey, it's okay because I didn't even have the mic in my hand this whole time.
He's just holding his finger next to his mouth.
It's Aaron, somebody through a soup can. He's like, yeah.
All right, I got it. From our friend Chris Casacia at MJ Biz Daily, hundreds of Humboldt marijuana farmers expected to lose licenses over tax debt. Hundreds of marijuana farmers in California's Humboldt County are in jeopardy of losing their business licenses as a deadline looms to pay county cultivation taxes levied years ago. County growers in the state's famed Emerald Triangle face a March 31st deadline to eliminate all tax debts associated with Measure S, a ballot referendum approved by voters in 2016 when the industry outlook was far better than it is today. According to a Public Records Act request from Humboldt County Growers Alliance, the HCGA, obtained by MJ Biz Daily, more than 75% of the county's 1,000 or so cultivation permit holders carry some tax debt. The average outstanding tax debt is about $12,000, according to county data officials.
That's literally like a wad of dollars.
That's a lot of dollars. A lot of dedicated wham.
Dedicated.
Although some owe more than $150,000.
150,000.
The average one being 12,000, and then the most being about 150. That's a pretty big gap.
So it means the middle is like some like
100%.
yeah, like 2,000 more.
In all, cultivation permit holders owe the county more than $17 million in taxes, primarily from 2017 to 2021. The overhang is indicative of a larger statewide predicament. Operators owe more than $1.3 billion in unpaid taxes and related penalties, according to the state's Department of Tax, Fee, and Evasion. According to the state's Department of Tax and Fee Administration.
That's literally indicative of a predicament.
Holy shit.
It's indicative of predicament.
That's
Indicative predicament.
indicative predicament.
Indicative predicament.
That's a lot of hoopla over there. Tax delinquents fate sealed. Of the 765 listed account holders with cultivation permits in Humboldt County, public records show 415 agreed to payment. So only agreed to a payment plan.
I didn't even try on that.
Can I get that payment plan?
It's over. All of it rizzed up. One form going.
Hey, hey, babe.
I had the turtle energy.
You go. I'm on that payment plan.
Would you like this washer and dryer a package deal bundle deal?
Hey, do you need money for bills? No, we're on payment.
Excuse me, honey. What did you say? What did you say? I said. I said. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, nearly as many 350 did not.
Yeah, nearly as many 350 did not. For this segment of operators who have failed to work with the county officials or ignored their warnings, their fate is likely sealed, according to County Supervisor Steve Monroe. He told MJ Biz Daily, most have dropped off from the map completely, abandoning grows and other commercial requirements, including property taxes and various application processing fees. So this is very sad right here. With those 350 that didn't, you're having entire farms, entire offices that are just now abandoned because there's no way for them to continue operating. Now, abandoned, I feel is probably like, as in there's
They're lonely.
abandoned,
As in,
like they've been
I'm so lonely. I got nobody. Okay, dude, why the fuck?
for the fields, yeah. So what I imagine is that all those plants have probably been distributed amongst people, right? But the farm area itself has been abandoned. Uh,
You were abandoned.
we cannot locate them, Madrone said. They walked away from disasters on their property. It's a nightmare and a mess. So even the people who own that property, they said, fuck it. They're just like, we're out of here.
Was that a part of the article, right?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were reading.
There's not going to be.
Fuck it. These motherfuckers didn't give a shit about old Marco, quote unquote. Unquote.
There's not going to be any forgiveness there. The county's 5-member board is slated to discuss the issue at the March 25th meeting, where they could approve enforcement measures such as license. I really couldn't see what it said. I couldn't see what it said.
I wasn't gonna laugh myself. I'm gonna laugh. God. Oh my God.
There's a lot to cut out.
Why are you not looking at the screen?
So that way I can look at the camera as I'm talking.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, I know I'm right.
You're always right, Marco. But you're always right, but you can't fucking read.
I can't fucking. I'm illiterate as fuck. Everybody knows this.
Clearly.
Such as license suspensions and revocations and or provide.
I looked over to Bruce, look at Ricky. That shit made me laugh. He's trying not to force that out of his face. That was straight little bro energy right there. I'm like trying not. Alright, we're back. We're good. Wait, Marco, we love you. We love you, dog.
I know.
I love you, dog.
The county's 5-member board is slated to discuss the issue at the March 25th meeting, where they could approve enforcement measures such as license suspensions and revocations, and or provide more industry relief by extending the deadline. Humboldt County voters more than 8 years ago approved Measure S, which created the following 3-tiered cannabis cultivation tax structures. So this is the tax structure that is effective all these grows. You have $1 per square foot for outdoor grows, $2 per square foot for mixed light grows, and $3 per square foot for indoor grows. So just everything that we have on this article up until this point, what it suggests is those prices are far too much for these cannabis operators, these cannabis farms, to actually effectively sell their product in the markets that they're trying to sell in. So that's the reason why you have over 350 who just weren't able to pay these tax debts or put themselves on a payment plan, because you have. Looking for a lighter?
The mic is on my body. I was looking for the mic. It's right here.
So that's going to be. That's going to be the reason why these farms have gone into debt. They're unable to pay these tiered taxes on the types of grows that they had, which doesn't seem like a lot, but apparently is in the grand scheme of things when they're such massive farms.
Yo,
these wheat farms can't move the weight that they be trying to push. Hey, and they didn't they got no tax on that hydroponic, so that hydro be that crazy stuff. Ain't even no tax on that. That's crazy.
At the
Straight bars and prepared, sure. Straight bars, sure.
During that same election cycle, state voters legalized adult use retail, and at the time, California's medical market under Proposition 215 was viewed largely as commercial success through the market transacted in a gray zone without regulatory framework or enforcement mechanisms. Meanwhile, the prospects of a federal legalization, reliable banking services, and market expansion fueled the national conversation and the green rush.
Yeah, well, how long is fucking permit?
Not very long.
Spawn in the New Times. I'm just kidding. Read it like that.
Meanwhile, the prospects. Oh, that's hard. Responding to new challenges, of course, many of these expectations fizzled, and in recent years, the California market has too, showing wear across several metrics, including active licenses, total sales, price contraction, and retail access. Active dispensaries, a key sales outlet for growers, now number 800 to 900 statewide, down from 1,200 just a few hours ago, or just a few years ago, according to the industry sources of media reports. So this is another reason why doing something like being able to effectively sell cannabis or effectively deliver this information at a dispensary level, or even when you're selling at the pop-up shows, it'd be very effective to let your people who are buying products know that aspects like these are what affect the end price for them. It's like, hey, look, this goes into what makes the price this. I'm trying to make it as low as I can, and it's still not going.
There we go. All right, let's go back. All right. We're all back up and running again. Well, Fizzle's been here. Fizzles? Yeah. Has no check his email himself. He's Paul, you
No, it's been a minute, dude. I completely forgot, dude. Oh my
I got
god,
the
bro.
PCs. Your ass apparently doesn't know how to check email. I don't have a phone. Fizzle trying to give you PCs.
I feel like I messed up. Dude, I feel like ass. You completely fucking forgot about that shit, bro. Nah, yeah, that's on me, dog. That's on me, dog. That's on me, dog.
Fuck. At least you're not dead, Fizzle. What's up, dude?
What?
What's up? Thank you for joining us, Fizzle.
I feel like ass right now. I'm
We're
rethinking back now, and I'm just a dick.
yeah, you are. We're res- Some-
Fuck. Shit happens.
we're responding to new challenges. Of course, many of these expectations fizzled, and in recent years, the California market has too, showing wear across several metrics, including active licenses, total sales, price contraction, and retail access. Active dispensaries, a key outlet for growers, now number 800 to 900 statewide, down from 1,200 just a few years ago, according to industry sources and media reports. Nearly 60% of California's 539 municipalities still prohibit retail business, according to state data. So 60% of all the counties, or at least the small local areas in California, are still saying like, hey, look, no dispensary here, despite California being a very dispensary positive state. In response to these challenges and others that hindered small farm competitiveness, Humboldt County supervisors in November 2022 suspended Measure S excise tax for 2 years and deferred related payments and penalties 2 years prior. So it looks like they kind of, waived the excise tax for a little bit, just so that way they can get the market going. For the past year, the excise tax was set at 10 cents per square foot for outdoor, 20 cents per square foot at mixed light, and 30 cents per square foot for indoor cultivation. So that's what, like 10% of each of those other tiers that we were at previously. They've done, it says, we've done a lot to try and consider the market crash, Madrone said. In many cases, farmers are burdened with state costs, sales to crop costs, labor costs, you name it. Meanwhile, Humboldt County and several other jurisdictions across the state is facing a budget shortfall and cuts in federal resources and grants. That means we're looking at layoffs, other kinds of really drastic cuts in our budget, Madrone said. Not only farmers, but all of our economies, personal and countrywide, are in the tank.
Countywide.
No, personal and countywide are in the tank, and people are hurting. The payment plans that are sought, Talking Trees Farms, we're actually familiar with them.
Wow, that's crazy.
Located in Willow Creek, was among the first of the 50 permitted farms in Humboldt County and state to be on a payment plan. The farm which has struggled to balance cash flow transitioned from indoor to outdoor cultivation due to high costs. It was branded and bulk product, including packaged flower, pre-rolls, and top-selling bubble hash, are carried out in about 100 stores today, down from 300 a few years ago. We have Talking Trees, Bubble Hash, and pre rolls that I've seen come through our shop plenty of times, and actually really good stuff. I like putting on as a cold topper.
Have we been getting any chats?
I don't know if this was going on.
Okay.
So I even give you my fucking phone number.
Oh
Says,
my god.
"Mention that's on you. I love y'all. Looking like a new spot. Still got PCs sitting here. Maybe we can get all the weed growers to raise some chickens too, since they're all about the environment and healthy living. Then I don't have to pay $9 for eggs."
Jeez.
Founder and CEO Craig Nedjadly told MJ Biz Daily dozens of retailers and distributors owe the brand hundreds of thousands of dollars in unpaid invoices, a growing nationwide challenge that has wrecked the world's largest regulated market. I'm never going to get that money, which circles back to why I can't pay Measure S taxes, he said. Nedjadly said he was caught off guard late last year when he received nearly a $30,000 bill from the county for 2020 and 2021 cultivation taxes. It was a total shock and surprise, and I know we had never received those bills before, he said. So he was operating in a time where they were doing a lot of tax forgiveness, and now he feels like the state is kind of like slamming him all at once. And that's not just for his farm, but also many other brands across Humboldt County. He paid the $100 county requirement to remain in good standing. Ideally, he wants some debt forgiveness, but is willing to enter a payment plan, interest free preferred. He said the business can allocate $300 to $500 per month to decrease its tax debt. I'm wondering what's going to happen at the end of this month because it's going to be really impossible to come up with $27,000 that they say I owe.
Damn. That's kind of crazy.
It is, yeah. Friends and neighbors, in a January 31st letter to the Board of Supervisors urging them to address crisis, Humboldt County Growers Alliance Executive Director Natalie DeLapp outlined in a financial strain on small farmers fueled by distributor defaults, natural disasters, and the market crash, and burdensome regulatory costs. She told MJ Biz Daily the county collected over $55 million from Measure S taxes from 2017 to 2021, a period when the vast majority of farmers were paid up. So during a time when everybody was caught up on their bills and stuff. That's a scheme.
Mucho texto.
The county has benefited from those proceeds, and the industry has put Humboldt County on the global map for weed. Having a sizable concentration of cannabis businesses and farms in our area is good for the industry, DeLapp added. We don't want to lose our friends and neighbors. And the incentives in play. Mathole Valley Sungrown is a few dozen marijuana cultivators in Humboldt County with Measure S tax debt. I definitely prioritize those taxes above everything else out of fear of losing my permit, said Dylan Mattole, who sympathizes with struggling farmers in the region. So many of these farmers are struggling with all this debt, like the same way that we struggle with debt every day. So many farmers are struggling with debt the way that we do every single day. You know, some people are fortunate enough to um, have jobs that are able to provide their bare needs, but with the cost of everything going up around us, especially in this time, that stress was felt on everybody, and it does suck that you have so many farms that are losing out on their ability to just provide cannabis to people at the end of the day, just because of taxes, right? Because everybody's asking to pay up right now. Thousands have left the industry lost their licenses or moved to unlicensed markets since its company secured a cultivation permit in 2018. The same year, California transitioned to an adult use regulated market. So one of the things that I feel like is most important here is that it's a transition from the medical only market to fully recreational that kind of forced the hands out of a lot of these taxes being paid over a short amount of time and say, hey, look, it's no longer about just getting the market out there and we'll worry about it later. Now everything is going to be regulated. Now everything is going to be a little bit stricter. We've seen that past couple of months, even in the beginning of our podcast. We would clip things out. What was it, last July, where there was that tax increase for excise taxes, right? And though those aspects are always going to be haunting in the background. There's always stuff going on in the background in terms of laws and lobbying that's going to cause cannabis to be at this volatile pricing structure, right? Sometimes it's really good for businesses, other times it's not. And we're seeing now that even in Humboldt, the Green Triangle, where weed is produced in California, you have over half of these independent farms, or just about half of these independent farms, that just didn't make the cut because they weren't able to pay taxes, and that's dumb. It really is, and it's unfortunate for these farms. It's unfortunate for everybody who lost their job, and I pray for them, and I hope that they're able to smoke all the weed that they can moving forward, because that's going to help get them through. That's what help gets us through. Is smoke a whole bunch of weed, and hopefully they're able to find new jobs at new farms. Hopefully they're able to establish new businesses. Hopefully they're able to smoke all the weed that their hearts desire, because that's what we're here to do. Let's get a fucking another roll. Yeah, let's go. Let's get
Fizzle was saying that the 55 million paid for Gavin Newsom's pet projects, the farmer always produces. It's the bitch ass people in between that fuck with the costs, especially in Cali. Summer gas, winter gas, only state that has different gas per year.
My question is why are we taxing the motherfuckers that grow our food? Why are we
Honestly, yeah,
taxing the people that grow our food? It's insane.
I do agree with that because, like, honestly, what else would the fuck we be doing?
Yeah, exactly. Importing all over shit or making it.
Yeah, which is just fucking nasty to think about if everything's just being made factory made, you know?
I do understand that right now, and always actually, agricultural workers and agricultural organizations and businesses have always been the uh, abused in this country. I guess it's a strong word, but taken advantage of in this country through laws and lobbying, because they're trying to have such a control on land and how we use it and what we use it for and what we put into our bodies, and it's very invasive, I would say. And we should really focus on giving these people money, giving them as much money as they can to do the best jobs that they can, to provide the best food, to grow the best food, grow the healthiest food, find every which way to.
Bars right there.
Huh?
They're the best food. To grow the best food. To make the best food.
Yeah, like you really do, right? If it's the same thing like with education, if you actually invest in the infrastructure to provide the best nutrients possible for your population, you're gonna get people who are eating right, eating healthier naturally by default, and then they're going to produce actual good results when it comes to just schooling, work performance, athletic performance, whatever you name it. If you make the food
Better performance.
yeah. If you make the
I think you just having a fit right there.
if you make the food the nutrient rich to the point where it's beneficial to everybody, no matter what they're consuming, you pay those people appropriately to do that. Right? It's the same thing as investing in education. It's the same thing investing in the future. It's like invest in your body, invest in the welfare of the country. It shouldn't be that hard.
And we don't do that because we're dumb.
Nope. No, we don't.
But
We can smoke weed instead.
yeah, we're gonna smoke weed instead and forget about the
And just enjoy and respect the work of the people that got this weed to us.
yeah.
Let's finish this article.
Didn't you notice that it wasn't on the
Silly Willie.
No, because it was, yeah.
He's over there stimming.
I thought it's
Stimming.
now.
Didn't I notice it wasn't on the thing anymore? You just changed.
No.
It's been like that for
Yeah, it's like the article was up here on the, but what's showing towards everybody else.
You're just stimming on can, bro. Stim. Logan does his Stimmeister.
Let's just.
What is it?
We're smoking on cereal. No, sorry. Got cereal milk from CBX in this bowl. What are you smoking on that?
What's this heirloom weed?
Super Haze.
Super Silver Haze Sativa.
Good thing.
Look how fuzzy and
Nice
happy.
Everyone's smoking on that. You have your own. Actually, your mom. You like that?
Super Silver Haze. Air Bloom.
I also brought the
Super Silver Haze.
Super silver. We got super duper.
Hey, you guys want to see what it really looks like? Here you go.
Damn, look.
Check out the trichomes on this nut. Look how crazy this. Yeah, they're really plugging us with these giant nugs. Shout out Air Bloom, Super Silver Haze. We appreciate it.
Nuts that big.
Drop it on the ground, can't find it. I'm like, fuck, where'd it go?
That desperate hour you start picking the cousin.
It's beef, not.
It's lop.
It's ground beef.
Lop.
Lop. You guys like Thai food?
No. I remember trying to.
Chris.
Just jump the tongue for that. The fuck you mean?
Chris eats bologna sandwiches with the crust cut off.
I don't like.
I don't even like bologna.
I like pickle. Definitely don't like that.
That's nothing I do.
Yep.
There's a lot of similar.
There's a lot of pickles in Thai food.
No. Well, there's that vinegary type smell. Yeah, vinegary type taste. Yeah.
I don't mind that. I just don't like pickles in particular.
Fucking lying.
Who doesn't like pizzas? You don't like Big Mamas? Hot Mamas?
You don't like pickle hoovers?
Those big pickles that they sell at the gas stations and the juice?
No.
You never just chomp right into one of them bitches?
No.
They're tiny.
You ever bought a pickle at the movie theater?
No.
You're lying.
At a baseball game?
I think you're lying.
Never once in my life.
No, I think you're lying. I don't think that's ever possible. Everyone who's ever been to it ever fucking like a baseball game.
I got a fucking hot dog.
I had pizza at the movie theater for the first time ever, and I thought that was the coolest experience.
It's pretty fire.
No one asked.
A what?
Pizza?
I'm just like,
Yeah. I have this mic right here. He's got the other mic right there.
right, sir.
Yeah, thing right there.
He's like, I gotta say something.
Exactly. Listen to ASMR in my throat.
ASMR more like give him CPR because he's dying. ASMR more like DVR. I'm gonna rewind my TV.
Do you guys remember?
Report Survivor.
You guys remember VHS?
I think one of
actual VHS.
Exclamation?
Oh yeah.
I think one of the
No, you-
last.
yeah.
I think one of the last VHS movies that I watched was The Page Master with Macaulay.
Damn, that movie's fire. You ever watched Page Master?
No, I've seen clips of it on YouTube already. Though.
Great movie.
Yeah, I've seen. It was in my YouTube feed once though.
I think one of the last like VHS movies I remember watching. I think it was.
Mission Impossible.
No, it was Harry. It was a Harry Potter movie.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
I think.
It was Boys Gone Wild 2003.
Huh.
No, I had that on DVD.
Yeah.
It's more accurate that you would have it on VHS in 2003.
Yeah. Last VHS I watched was Casper. Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
Or it might have been. No, actually, it might have been a Lord of the Rings too.
Damn. That was still on VHS. I knew somebody that had
It had the two towers. VHS.
the whole Star Wars thing on VHS. That shit's crazy.
To have Star Wars on VHS fucking break on the shelf.
The whole Quadro, yeah. Quattro.
He got that from his dad. The original fucking cut before all the special effects and shit.
You know that's our number. Quattro.
4-4.
Yeah, 5-5.
I know, if I remember correctly, that there was a set of the Harry Potter films 1 through 4 on VHS that you could buy.
What?
But I don't think that they made 5, 6, or 7 on VHS, right? So.
We don't even watch DVDs anymore.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They tried to introduce Blu-rays for a
Bro,
while.
I think it'd be so funny to pull up with a CD player like Walkman, like fucking, like just no. You're just walking around and they're like, "What you listening to?" And you're like, you pull out and it's a fucking big ass disc looking bitch, and you're just like, "This is my NSYNC CD," you know?
Bro, I remember fucking CD.
Eminem, Last Curtain.
Dude,
You had to get like cargo shorts sometimes because the pockets were bigger. And you actually fit
So
the
I
fucking
used-
CD player in the pocket.
I was at the point to where like they were kind of getting phased out and we didn't really need to use them as much. But the single time I remember definitely using a CD player that I can remember was listening to 1985 Bowling for Soup and remembering the lyrics and literally like hitting the rewind button. That was the coolest part about the CD player is that you could hit the rewind and then you would just listen to the song again. Because before that, it would just like go to the next song. You weren't able to do that.
And Blondie and music.
Can tell you that you're
Physical Gigs popping off in the chat. We're gonna go back from. He said the abused all over, not just the USA. Don't be biased. That's true.
I got
the
you, Doc.
farmer is always fucked over no matter what country. Yep. I was speaking specifically here in the U.S., but it is true all over the world. The only thing that will change is when the farmers stop farming. 100%. COVID was bad. Imagine all the farmers stop farming. Yep. But yes, shout out to the sponsor. I'm gonna go watch something. GF on Discord. Check your email. Ain't gonna be in the chat.
We appreciate your comments, Fizzle, as
Thank
always.
you so much,
You're
Fizzle.
the man, dog.
Appreciate you. You the dog.
Gizzle Fig.
OG Fizzle Gig.
I got you, dog. I got the email.
Gizzle Fig.
There's gonna be a special dedicated page to you.
Down and force them to read it.
There's
Force
gonna be
them?
force them.
They're holding out.
We're holding down and forcing.
We're putting it right in front of the doctor.
We're holding down and forcing.
Forcing to read.
That's crazy.
There's gonna be a dedicated.
Never say that shit, bro.
There's gonna be a dedicated page to you on the Talking High Culture website.
Why are you gay? And like I didn't come on here for you to ask me that shit. And
You came on here.
He got you with that one.
hold on, wait, and do so.
You guys don't see it, but Logan's completely naked.
Logan's naked under all his clothes, believe it or not.
Dude, no way you guys let him know that shit. Oh gosh, no, bruh. I didn't want you guys to know that. Fuck.
He does it every
You let him know that I'm naked underneath all this? That's crazy.
People gotta know the truth.
Um,
We're honest with our fans.
No,
you
Logan's
came already, chump. Damn, you are. Damn, you're on Jerkmate ranked. I see.
ranked. There's a battle royale over here.
Golden Gooner.
Yeah, I'm ranked on fat.
I knew you seem like someone who'd be a ranked number 1.
Yeah, big rank. Yeah, I'm platinum on fat.
Flat. So let's see. What's happened this week so far that it's one to oh yeah, exactly. Boys. So have you guys heard of Big Sir?
Yeah, who knows a Big Sir?
Big Sir?
I've been camping down there.
Yeah,
You have?
you've already been there.
Me and Daphne went
We're
Yeah.
trying to get the trip back down there.
You want to go with you guys?
Joy.
You want to go with me, Pedro?
Pero I'm getting a puppy before then, and I can have a pero.
I would love to go to.
Big dude. I love to go to big dude.
Yeah, Big Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, so so that's gonna happen in May. May 1st
Yeah.
is when we're gonna.
Boys being boys. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Physical,
Yeah.
yo, what's up?
Actually,
Yeah.
Physical Gig, can you type men being men or men?
Yeah, or
We have facial hair.
boys to men. Boys to men. So hit the
I'm a man.
Only 20.
I am a man. Ricky, you gotta say it.
I'm not, man. I'm only 20.
I am not a man, I'm only 20.
Still 24.
She tried to take my booty, I said.
You guys can pass.
So pass for 20.
Again, I'm going to
Who's possible? Who's possible?
Said this.
So again, going to Big Sur, we want to do a camping trip out there. Do you guys think May 1st through 4th is a good weekend?
May 1st to the 4th, you fucktards. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Fucking working out.
All right. Shoot, no one got that.
May 1st to the 4th.
Yeah. Now, as far as
On May the 4th, minutes.
We're leaving.
May the 4th, we'd be coming back home.
Yeah, first, second, third, and fourth.
Yeah. So on that
11, 12.
on that note, camping gear.
He has.
Oh, I got plenty of shit.
You got plenty of stuff, so we can figure out.
We're outside in the elements. We're in a rough.
Literally in the elements. Yeah, we have to make our
We have to
shelter.
build this.
All couples that go have to have a challenge of making their shelter.
No, you can't sleep in your car.
All of them getting in arguments and shit like, no, you have to put it, like, and we're trying to put it over. We're doing, so we're gonna sleep in here.
We're doing 1600s Victorian era style farming. What are you talking about?
We're not doing TVs, it's Indian.
Yeah.
Good breakfast.
And
I'm just a little
Chris
pizzazz.
and Daphne, we're doing Irish stonework. We're just gathering rocks and just slowly stacking them
Or they're like
to make a house.
building a mud hut.
Young hut.
Bad idea.
But yeah.
Mud hut.
Yeah.
Dung hut. Dung hut.
Okay. So hold up. Realistically speaking, the best of all these ideas combined would be the best thing, right? You get a teepee that has that is made with Greco-Roman pillars, right?
With
But
stone.
Victorian era decor, right? And then on top of a mud hut, dung hut.
No, but
Right.
in the donut, you mix the rocks with it.
And then you have a person up front and they say, welcome to Chili's.
Perfect.
How many people?
Perfect.
Nothing matters.
That is
when you hear
perfect.
those words and you're just like, heaven? Is this fucking heaven? Am I
No,
about
it's the Gold Star Casino Bowling League.
You know, all I can think about
It's performing. It's performing at Chili's.
All I can think of is being lost in the woods in the brink of death, looking up at the skies, taking my last breath, and hearing,
Welcome to Chili's.
and then just knowing everything's gonna be okay.
Being like, no, there's appetizers.
No,
for
that's
heaven.
You gotta be the first song.
Yeah, trip breakfast.
Welcome to Chili's.
I got you.
I got you, right? So you're there on your deathbed, right? You're ready to just give out your last breath.
Give out?
You
I don't
You
give
see
out.
the light at the end of the tunnel. You go there, right? You wake up at the end of the tunnel. And what you hear is you hear,
angelic voices say to you is,
"Welcome to Chili's."
"Welcome to Chili's."
Yeah,
And then you know, and you'll have to order a triple dipper, please.
exactly. You're 10 years old again, and you're ordering a triple dipper.
Chicken fingers with fries, please. And a side of ranch. Oh, wings. Dad, is that you?
No, he left to get milk.
We get that steak with
No milk in the bath. Why'd you take
There's just
cocaine in the bath?
there's a skit on YouTube where this boss is like riffing on his employee. He's like, yeah. He's like, I did it with your mom last night, and the guy's mom's dead. And he's like, wait, you talked to my mom last night? And he's like, yeah. And he was like, oh God. Oh God. And he like calls his dad. He's like, Dad, good news and bad news. Mom's alive, but she's banging my boss, Frank, the Slam Master.
King of the Slam.
The Slam Master. He was like, yeah, he's cool. He's a cool guy. We'll talk about it when I get home. Yes, sir. No. Yes, sir. I love you. Say it back. Dude, that dude skates.
Yeah,
Yeah, that dude rips.
he's actually good. Yeah, I've seen him backside flip. That shit's crazy. Uh, yeah, those are the type of skits that I fuck with, dude. Honestly, bro, crazy to think about. But I was thinking about this the other day. I have been doing skits and like trying to act out since I was in fifth fucking grade, bro. Literally been trying to do that dumb skit shit since I was a kid.
You've been doing skits since fifth grade. I've been taking shit since I was born. What the fuck up?
It's like doing burrito chicken. I've been living skits. But
Skits.
making skits is literally like ingrained in me. Like I'm. That's why I fucking like doing it. And
Yeah.
I figured that's why I like doing it. I was like, why do I like doing skits? I've been doing it for so fucking long.
Actually, I have to say that I'm kind of in the same boat. I started acting when I was 11 years old.
Dude, you need to show them that clip later, dude.
That was when I was a teenager, right? But I started acting.
This dude as a teenager acting out is hella funny. Dude, seeing him is nuts, bro.
So I started acting when I was 11 years old. It was in a play at Friday Night Live here in Marysville at the old library building that I think is abandoned now, right? But right in front of the post office. I'm doxing ourselves.
You
Shit.
look like you hang out at abandoned buildings.
Anyways, right? Me and a friend, we joined the play, and they were looking for teenagers, but we were only 11 years old at the time. They literally altered the script of the play that the guy was writing to fit us as the beginning characters, like as an opening scene for the play, right? And then it ended up going into like I think it was like 30 to 20 to 30. It first started off as 10 minutes, and then it went on to 30 to 40 minutes. Of a 2 hour long play that we were the beginning, right? So at 11 years old, I had acted for like 40 minutes straight, and I was like, it got me into like wanting to like do some kind of performance or being able to be okay in front of people and be like, yeah, I want to fucking do this.
Damn, so you were a theater kid.
There wasn't theater at my high school though.
You were a
right?
theater kid?
But I would have been if that was available. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So when did you come out?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah!
Logan, king of the slams.
King of the fucking slams. Hey, Chris, you remember your first blowjob?
Yeah.
What was his name? Got
Guys, you're burnt. Stay over there,
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense. How can you explain it?
Don't turn the show.
I was just trying to prove that I'm the king of the slams.
King of the slam.
How to get one in there. Anyway.
Maybe that's canceled.
It's like, oh shit. He's like, my rage blinded.
No. My definition of that word is how South Park defined it. It just means being a douchebag.
So that justifies it. That justifies it.
That has nothing.
You know what?
The way that South Park uses this word justifies me using it. You.
They came up with a logical explanation.
Shut up.
To circle back to the conversation, right? Then there was like, when I was a teenager, I did a little bit of acting in high school for culture club and doing video things. Yeah. No, I can't say that I went for the casting couch. No, I'm pretty sure they would have taken.
Culture Club's casting couch.
Culture Club. Hey,
Behind the curtain.
keyword, ladies and gentlemen. Keyword, ladies and gentlemen. Culture.
Yeah.
It's like yogurt.
Yeah.
Yogurt.
Culture.
Kids were sour. His kids were fucking sour, prepubescent, fucking cultured colts.
That promote gut health.
They were culters.
They didn't have good guts.
They cultivated. We cultivated.
Oh,
Be culture.
Culture, cream, yogurt,
Cool.
yo,
Cool.
YOLO.
Cool.
Did you ever live once? Have you ever living? What's living?
Do you suffer with mesothelioma?
THC is a colt. THC is a colt. THC is a colt. THC is a cult. THC is a cult. THC is a cult. THC is a cult. THC is a cult.
What the fuck you mean? What the fuck you mean?
THC is a cult. THC is a cult. Cult.
And I'm going in yellow bong, and it's the smoke I'm hitting. What the fuck is the bitch shit stripping? Yeah, I'm sorry.
The snare. That snare. THC is a cult. THC. Further, we do not promote or endorse cult activities on the stream. The only thing we promote or endorse on this stream is cannabis consumption.
But we did order a goat to be beheaded, and we do have a star.
Okay, well, he says beheaded,
be
but in Mexican culture, it's called cabeza, right? You carve out the brain and you put it in tacos, and it's very good. All right, it's not sacrificial. It's delicious.
Not if you eat it afterwards. It's fine.
Yo,
You got cabeza tacos? You're like, I'm gonna save this.
Oh.
Microwave brains the next day.
Yeah, actually, that's low key.
I got you even better.
throw it in the sink, let it chill out, and then scoop it out the sink. Throw it back on that bitch, spread it like it's a pate.
Now, if you're still in the air fryer, you're good.
Fuck you, my
Throw it into pate.
Why do I agree with that?
Still in the air fryer with fuck for the season.
You're an air fryer.
Really?
You look like an air fryer.
There's airily fried.
You couldn't fry air.
What's your favorite thing to make in the air fryer?
Yo, mama.
My mom doesn't even fit in the air fryer.
I don't know. I don't like frozen food.
Her air fryer is outside because she's so big. Yo, mama's so big. Air fryer is outside.
Okay. So yeah, look for burgers in the air fryer.
Okay, burgers.
Same thing. It makes just the grease.
I'm done. Like just sliced potatoes, right? Make my own potato fries. Exactly.
I think I did fucking man, I don't even know.
I'm with air fry cleaners.
No, I've never. I actually prefer. I'd prefer a boiled glizzy is way better than like most of the time. A boiled glizzy is better than a grilled glizzy.
No.
What are you talking about?
No.
Bruh.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I have a question.
I don't mind.
Okay, I have a question now.
Question of black.
I have a question about boiled first. Where? Hold on. Let me just ask. Where are you getting the boiled glizzy from?
Sam's Club. Sam's Club.
Oh, that's the top tier. That's
what I'm saying.
That's
bro.
the best tier.
That's what I'm saying.
Beef franks.
So, and that's where my next. So we're talking the bar, fucking S or bar Q, whatever the fucking letter is. Those really shitty fucking hot dogs that are like $2 for the 12-pack, and you're barbecuing those, and they're splitting and they're burning, and they are shit. They only taste good burnt most of the time. You know what I mean? Okay, so I've actually never had those boiled, so I can't even talk for their sake. Unboiled.
I have, but go ahead.
Okay, how are they boiled?
So boiled, they're better. Boiled, I see the appeal. It's
I have to burn those ones.
It's unburdened by the burn taste. It's like you can tell, like,
It's juicier. The boiled
it's
way.
juicier and it maximizes the best.
And you can still
the
get
best flavor.
snap. Like the shit's still snapping because it's still cooked. You know what I mean?
The way that I had it, my uncle he boiled them and then he would put seasoned seasoned salt in with the water, right? And they would also kind of infuse with that as well.
Damn, that's like a fucking top tier Michelin star movie right there.
Chicken franks.
Salt in the water?
Yeah, so I have thought about making the chicken franks and then boil it in like chicken seasoning. Right, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Chicken bouillon cubes.
Have you you be throwing chicken stock or beef consomme in your rice?
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta say rice and
I
spinach.
was just sometimes when I boil vegetables, like or if I'm boiling vegetables,
Arroz con crema,
I'll just
arroz
put
con
butter and like bouillon or like broth in there instead of water,
arroz con
just
queso.
to give that a little extra
It's like
flavor.
a risotto but Mexican. So
Yeah, I'm hungry. Well, what was the reason why you asked rice was You just want to.
Yeah, I've never. Oh, rolls makes sense because I've seen that.
Yeah. Okay.
oh, favorite Mexican dish. Here we go, boys.
I thought you were gonna ask favorite bar food because you were talking about bar food earlier. You said bar something, and I was like,
The bar hot dog.
bar food. Favorite bar food? Loaded potato skins.
I'm gonna go.
Like the potato wedges with the cheese and the sour cream, the green onion, those shit, and the bacon bits. Oh,
So I'm gonna go general here because I'm gonna go like generalized bar food that they're most likely always gonna have is a pizza. It could be any type of pizza, and I'm probably gonna be cool with that. But if not pizza, because not everywhere always has pizza, it's gonna be some type of fry and or tater
Yeah.
tots, and I'm preferential to more of a tater
A
tot.
decorated fry, and if not a decorated fry, I'll try their chicken tenders.
Oh yeah, chicken tenders is also usually a pretty go-to on bar food at least.
If it's bar food, I'm going either with like if they have like little sliders or something like that, or probably like boneless wings.
well, it's
Solid, solid. Which yeah, chicken tenders almost just like smaller,
Sauce,
more
chicken.
bite
Oh
size.
yeah, sauce. And
But
seasoning.
what did I say was my first picture before the bar food?
favorite.
Mexican food.
Enchiladas.
Mine doesn't even like, dude. I can't even. Okay, that so.
Mine's tied between two. It's between chile verde and chicharron tacos.
Yeah, with actual meat in it.
Like fresh chicharrones, like just fried, hot, steaming, sizzly chicharrones.
I would say one of my favorite Mexican dishes is also one of my guilty pleasure. They're called pambazos, right? Otherwise known as tortas ahogadas, wet torta. And yeah, it's literally just torta. Usually, the way that I like them is like with chorizo or some other type of meat, carrots, potatoes, basically all the stuff that you have inside of an enchilada. You would put that inside of the between two halves of a roll, and then you would drip that in the enchilada sauce, right? You make it nice and wet, right? And then yeah, you just fucking go to town. It gets all over your face, right? And that's why I consider it a guilty pleasure because I'm someone who likes to be clean the way that I eat as much as I can. I try to be at least, right?
That's just messy.
It's just messy and it gets all over you, and it's just so oh yeah, it's primal. Depending on the type of meat you have in there, I've had it with all types of meat.
With for enchiladas, I like a beef and chorizo mix.
A what? A beef and what?
Yeah, like if I want to make the enchiladas or something, at least like how I know how to make it and everything, I usually really do like a ground beef and chorizo mix. Like I'll mix it both together just to kind of like give a little bit more flavor, a little spice.
I like that.
You know, helps me have to put a little less seasoning and everything all together. You know what I mean? Oh, that shit's so heavy. I gotta make that again soon. God damn.
Tortas are hella fire though. Fuck with carne asada tortas, bro. That shit's so good.
When it comes to
They put like refried beans on them. They'll spread like refried beans on like the bottom of the bun. That shit's gas.
when it comes to Mexican food, I feel like asking what's your favorite Mexican food. It's kind of coming down to what's your favorite way of like the way that Mexicans prepare meat, right? Because it really comes down to the whatever way that that meat is prepared. All the other stuff associated with the dish is usually the same, right? You got rice, beans, lettuce, tomato, onions.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be pretty much consistent throughout whatever type of Mexican dish you find. And then what really changes is going to be like the way that the meat is prepared, and usually that the dish is centered around that. I feel like just in my note, just the way that I notice, Mexican cuisine as a whole. Um, so when it comes to that, like they have like of course, there's like the grilled chicken, the shredded chicken. You have al pastor, which is the marinated shredded meat, right?
It's
you
pork, right?
yeah, exactly, pork. Sorry, I should be more specific. The marinated shredded pork. You have birria, right, which is could be beef, right? But birria is traditionally,
Seasoned shredded, or is burrito like the seasoned shredded?
seasoned, shredded, and it's very juicy, right? Again, you can find it mass produced as beef, like if you go to like taquerias or different Mexican restaurants.
Kind of like what barbacoa is at Chipotle, right? It's the
Yeah,
same
exactly.
shit.
Yeah, barbacoa is another way that you prepare it that's
Oh,
similar, that just gives it less of a juicy texture, right? But
Yeah.
it's still the same flavor profile. But yeah, traditionally birria is goat, right? And yeah, Mexican culture there, they view goat as a little bit more of like a delicacy.
Mhm.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. They use all parts of it. I've had, cabeza, which is goat head. Brain for cow and goat is not the best meat. I still prefer, like the actual, meaty parts of those animals. But Mexicans do have made tacos like that.
I had cow tongue tacos growing
Cow
up.
tongue as well. Like they
Shit's
use
gnarly.
Yeah,
Yeah, not a fan.
yeah,
No, not a fan of tripe either. That's just
yeah,
gross.
exactly. Things like that.
Yeah,
I've never had any interest in trying any of those things.
it's not worth it. It's disgusting.
Yeah, if done right, I can see the appeal of it for me, texture wise, and the flavor associated with it. It's just not for me. That's coming from something
That's from some place where they're like, "Yo, we gotta eat every fucking part of this cow, or we're fucked."
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And during different circumstances over
Mhm.
there, and the way it just operates over there like that.
I've never had brain. I don't think I could eat it. I'd be like, I'm not eating a fucking brain.
Okay.
That's disgusting.
The only way I could probably
You got
eat
real fuck.
Not even then. I'd be like, what? Ew, no.
only way I could eat brain and most things. I feel like most people can eat something if they don't know what it is and it tastes good.
Like, so same thing, like mix it up and like they pretty much mash like a burger, like a brain burger.
No. I'm saying if
Like a
something
chicken
if something is made in its genuine way and it tastes good to you and you don't know what it is, then there's no bias for you to be like, it's brain So if like somebody hands me something that is made well that I may or may not like that probably tastes good, uh and I don't know what it is, I'm going to be unbiased and be like, yeah, that was fucking good regardless of whether I know what it is. That's more than likely been the case every time. I tried menudo for the first time and loved that shit, bro.
I've had horse meat.
oysters.
I've had
Exactly.
horse.
If you were good, I'd be like, fuck it, yeah, I love that shit.
I've had both horse meat and bear meat in jerky style. My Hmong friends in high school, they brought bags of jerkies that their uncles made, right? And they were like, "Oh yeah, yeah,
Fucking, it's crazy.
yeah." And what? And so like they're just oh, you go ahead and try some, go ahead and try some. Like whoa, it's jerky, yeah, for sure. I go that's tough. I was like, oh yeah, how do you like it? And I was like, and they're like, yeah, that one's the horse. And I was like, fuck, horse is actually pretty good. Right? I was like, I don't want to do that again. Then it was the bear, right? And then I was like, I mean, yeah, fuck it, and I had some bear, and that one was pretty good. It was a lot tougher than I thought it would be. It wasn't pretty good in a sense to say like it was something that I would go for, but pretty good. And it was like, okay, it's good enough for bear jerky. But yeah, that when I realized that I had eaten horse, I had a different perspective uh, on horses after that. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that again.
Bro, crazy to think there's this guy named I think Glenn from the Joe Rogan podcast back in the day. He was on the some type of Alaskan National Geographic show where they like uh focused in on like some families and or people that were doing like the bear Alaska survival shit. And he was one of the only ones that was bare bones as fuck. He didn't even have power tools like the other people would have like snowmobiles, sorry, like to fucking tread and shit and to go after stuff and make it through the snow. He was the man, bro. He'd walk.
Oh shit.
He'd use his fucking legs and track shit, bro. Wolves and fucking he would see a pack of wolves and be like, oh, they're after something, and he would like scavenge off them and shit like that, like a fucking real man.
I mean, but that's smart though. Like that's animal instinct type shit. Like yeah, follow like the predators. Like
Yeah, no, but
keep
you
your
learn
distance
that.
from them, track them. You know what I
If
mean?
you're smart, yeah. If you're, yeah.
I always think about living like that. I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool and all. But then I'm like, why would I do that if we have all the modern shit that we have today? I'm just gonna go struggle because I want to struggle. Like,
Well,
I have guns and cars. Like,
well, I guess I can understand the point of like people maybe spending like periods of time doing it. Like you take trips or like you want to test yourself. Just be like, hey, like I want to make sure like if I enjoy this. If something ever did happen, like maybe this would be good for me to actually be able to know I can do. Because like I feel like you a lot of people feel like, oh, I've seen tons of stuff. Like I can accomplish that in theory. Like I've seen enough videos. I've read enough stuff. Like I don't need to actually be going out and doing it. But if it came down to it, would they really be able to do it if having
And
in putting knowledge into practice?
bro, the amount you actually have to utilize out of an animal to get the most out of it. And if you're not in a cold situation where things are getting like frozen like a freezer, then yeah, you can't preserve a whole animal unless you have salt. So you literally have to make do with what you can eat within the next like 24 hours, and that's about it before things start getting its
Right.
way after it.
I can see the appeal, like how Chris said, I can see the appeal of doing it for a set amount of time, like as a mental reset or as a challenge to yourself to say, hey, look, let me go ahead and put myself in these specific extreme conditions. I feel like it's very similar to athleticism in that way, right? Those who desire to be like peak athletics, right? It's like, let me be peak carnal, peak
Survivalist.
peak survivalist type.
Actually,
To be a peak survivalist. And I think for a certain amount of time, it's appealing. But to live as an entire lifestyle, yeah, it'd be very difficult. And I don't see the appeal of living that entire lifestyle when you do have the modern conveniences that comes with just doing it in the day to day. But for like a specific condensed time to say, hey, look, I can do this for myself, or hey, look, I need to do this to get a mental break or whatever.
I can do this for like 2-3 months and see if I can literally just survive out in the wild.
I think it's interesting to explore the spectrum of I don't know what this is, and it tastes good, and I know what this is, and I need this because I have nothing else. And oh shit, this tastes okay, or this doesn't. It's like
When you're
feeding
hungry, everything
yeah
tastes okay.
feeding rice to a poor man. It tastes like a four-star meal. You know what I mean?
Plus, like and the fact we have choices of what we
So
if it came down to it, like even if it's something that's gonna make me fucking gag and I don't like it, like I'll choke that shit down.
yeah, on that note, that dude Glenn would kill a moose, and Joe Rogan asked him about how he was getting his vegetables, and he's like, I don't really get much vegetables outside of what the mooses I killed was in their stomach, and we call that like a salad out there in Alaska because of what they ate, the way it digested. Some things aren't specifically edible before they eat it and digest it, but afterwards you could actually get them more out of it.
Oh, because like their stomach acid has to break down certain things that could maybe like poisonous shit. Like
Eating the contents of the stomach to get like usage.
Exactly. Yeah, they're getting their fiber and their greens out of
make a fucking stew out of that shit.
no. They're like they're straight up just eating that shit, and sometimes they have undigested like berries or whatever. Like yes, it's shit like that.
I imagine that because I know that with certain animals here in the United States, I imagine that whatever government agency is there, that they have a website or at least information dedicated to like, hey, look, if you find this type of animal, if you're hunting this type of animal, this would be like the r- correct way or at least an appropriate way to prepare it that's easy for your body to digest, right? You should do studying if you're ever going to do survivalist type shit. It's like you got to go ahead and study as much as you can and know whatever area that you're going to get.
You know what they call it?
Just because what happens if you get lost in the woods or like separated from somebody? Like even just general hunting, you should know.
So you know what they call it? They call it field guide.
There you go. Things like field guides. Here in California, recently they've authorized hunting and consumption of the nutria, which is a swamp rat, right? So here in California, we have an overpopulation of swamp rat, and uh, recently, the government's been like, okay, go ahead and it's okay to hunt these in mass production. Oh, what's up, Isaac? Thank you for joining us, bro.
Yeah, long time no see, brother. Good to see you.
We're talking about swamp rats.
What's it called in Princess Bride? It's a oversized. Fuck. If somebody
wait,
calls us out right now,
wait. Well, mention it again.
The giant killing rat.
The swamp.
Princess Bride. Princess Bride. Rats of unusual size. ROUSs. There we go.
Yeah.
What about the ROUSs? Rats of unusual size?
No. Also, respect for the couple. Honestly, dude, because that's cool shit.
We were raised on that, bro. We know that whole shit. A pick this bad.
It has been a minute. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you came my father prepared to die.
Yeah, but
Daphne's family introduced that to me because that was like their family and shit. Like, I've seen that so many times.
You don't know what we're talking about, do you?
I know Princess Bride, like I know
Okay.
the movie.
Yeah, our dad's parents loved that movie, so we watched that movie a lot growing up.
Yeah. I'm currently taking a blinker. Hell yeah! Hey,
I'm smoking with you right now.
yeah. Ricky's hitting it for you, brother.
Fucking
Right here. The wick.
Here's that for you. Yeah, so the swamp rats that we have here in California,
RUSs.
RUSs, yeah, rats of unusual size. You're able to hunt them, and then there's a field guide on California.gov on how to prepare them safely, eat them for consumption. So I imagine that wherever you are as a survivalist, you got to know what's okay to eat and have access to the field guide, or at least just have as much shit memorized as you can, written down. Bring a book with you.
Just have to lay in your bag.
No, sounds better, right? Keep her on your lap, buddy. Yeah.
Here, I'll give you some.
Still have some pets.
I'll give you some attention for a little while.
I like her collar.
Yeah, my lady got it for her, Miss Megan.
So fast.
My cat has a collar that has spikes and crossbones, and it's got a little fish on the thing.
Yeah, I saw that today. And she was all reaching at me. She's all reaching at me, and then she like touches my hand to like pet me, like because I'm right here, and she's like reaches up on my leg, and my hand's right here, and she's like touching my hand. I'm like, okay, geez. Hella fun.
She's very touchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bubble bangs.
Yeah. They say
She's so cute. I'm so glad I cut her top half because she looks so cuter when the top of her hair is cut.
When she doesn't have beard, she looks a lot better too.
Yeah, she's cute like this.
When all her fur hangs down on her face, she looks like a boy.
I like being able to see her eyes. She's hilarious.
yeah, if she were a boy, you'd have the more beard look. Yeah.
She's so cute. I love her.
What type of cartridge are you smoking on, Isaac?
Yeah, what are you smoking on, Isaac?
Smoking a Juul.
Smoking a Stizzy? Dude, Jules. Dude, that
Don't
was
smoke
came and gone real fast, bro.
Juul pods.
That's what she said.
You're good, brother. You're good, bro.
You're saying that the Stizzies came and went already?
No, Jules.
Oh,
Jules.
Jules.
Okay, yeah.
I'm seeing the first like rectangle vape bars and shit, like in the gas station, and then you don't see those things no more.
Oh, Puffs.
Yeah,
Puffs.
Puffs too. They ain't see those no more.
Yep. That
would-
damn. When you pulling up, Isaac? We haven't seen you in a minute, bro.
That one.
Both y'all getting the fucking text at the same time? Jeez. Both y'all hitting the fucking Inspector Gadget.
When I have this, I feel like we gotta move in.
Clear.
He said check the DMs.
Check the DMs. Yeah, exactly. They be checking the DMs way too much, bro. Marco's DMs be like, Melina sent you a thing she wants to buy. Sorry, I name dropped. My bad. That was not my
All my inboxes is just memes.
Sometimes I forget that you guys aren't as close as
You said March.
check DMs.
What about March 1st?
Yeah, what about March 3rd? Is that your birthday, bro? Isaac, yeah, I won't be down. I'm not downstairs as much no more.
This is right before that May 1st and 4th.
Oh,
I'm
it's-
planning to take
Yes, he's taking a blinker.
Damn, let's go, bro. Hell yeah, Isaac. We got the vid. Hell yeah, you the bro.
Yeah, look at Isaac take the blinker.
Fuck yeah, shout out. Hey, who has a vape? You got a all in one or something?
Oh,
Yo, don't you?
hit the weed, man.
Toe.
That
Hit the weed, man.
Dude, that shit top.
Toe. Motherfucker toe.
Hit the weed.
Where did she go?
Where did she come from?
She's probably under the table. That little blue frog. You guys remember that blue frog that would sing that song and like dance and yeah.
Question. The number one song that you would go with if you had to sing a karaoke. Ricky first.
Fucking Faint by Linkin Park. or any Linkin Park song from the early 2000s.
I could go with a few. I could kind of have the same answer, not Linkin Park, but Green Day.
Yeah.
Mine is either Santeria by Sublime or Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
I'm paying money to see you karaoke.
I think.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I got that.
What I decently.
Loving.
Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Easy.
No.
Dude, no.
Or Creep Radiohead.
Creed.
I'll take that one.
I'll take Creed. Don't mess with the risk.
What about you, Isaac? What are you singing in karaoke if you karaokeing, brother? Anybody viewing? What are you singing in karaoke if you could karaoke, y'all? Let me know.
Bringing Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake.
My Love from Justin Timberlake.
And another one I'm gonna take is from my love. Do you get the
Don't give
dance?
away my love, so don't give away my love. And another woman that can take your spotlight.
Everyone get moving, guys. You guys aren't moving enough. Look in the frame. You guys gotta get moving left and right, left and right. My love. Oh, hey, March 31st is your birthday. What day is that? Are we streaming that day?
Are we? It's the day of reckoning.
The day of
Isaac Guzman's birthday. Day of reckoning. Yeah, can you check if the 31st is a
check on your calendar.
yeah. Hey, before or after that, if it's not your birthday, then we're definitely celebrating that shit.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz cumpleaños. So Monday?
Yeah, it's a Monday after work.
I got you.
Monday, we can do after work on a Monday, right?
Yeah. We'll do a podcast just for you, Isaac. We got you, brother.
We got you Monday. We'll hit you up. I'll hit you up on
Still
the
don't have
DMs.
Mondays off.
No, I'll always close on Mondays.
So you know. Anyway, so yeah, we got all our karaoke songs out of the way. Let's see. Dang, guys.
One more.
I got dabs too. Oh shit, dude. What the fuck? I think we are kind of a little winding down a little bit.
Hour 50.
Yeah, we're probably gonna call it at about 9, so we're just lollygagging for another
For the next
13 minutes.
We're gonna take one more hit.
No, lollygagging.
We're gonna take one more. We're gonna take at least one more hit each before we wrap up. Oh, you know me. Know me.
You know me.
No one knows this guy.
Know who? Know who?
I'll just travel like your stuff one.
So something that we will upgrade on, especially for in a space like this, which would be cool. The next point of thing, we're gonna go with headphones and mic stands, but that's not gonna be for quite a while, because that's 4 different things.
The next thing we're gonna get to upgrade our space is personable exercise bikes.
Gotta find the. That's one.
Talking high cultures now has been fucking
What's the fitness thing?
Come on, guys!
Talking high cultures now has spin cycle class.
See if you can.
All right, guys. Now we're gonna push hard. Ready?
Push over!
Oh.
Is my face looking okay, guys?
Well, this.
For the streets, featuring young Yanks.
Take them.
No hit. You have to do it.
Trampoline jumping course.
Oh, that shit's so weird, bro. That shit's so weird.
I can see Chris doing that, and as soon as I see that, I'd start crying laughing, bro.
We could just go to the Sky Zone and start.
I can see Chris skating into his wedding on a longboard.
Longboarding into his wedding on a longboard. I can see Chris longboarding his way to his wedding on a riding down the aisle like this. Arms out. One eye closed.
And then he hits a wire, and then
And then he hits a leaf.
almost dies, and a car almost crashes into his.
And he hits a leaf.
Where'd the car come from during a wedding? I don't know.
Oh, like voice.
Skaters. Just because you don't like the occasional cruise.
Tom? The occasional Tom?
Tom Cruise? He threw that like it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible.
Occasional Tom? That's actually really cool.
Oblivion. Mission Impossible. Vanilla.
Vanilla Sky. Butterfly. Wait, no, that was Ashton Kutcher. What the fuck am I doing?
What's another Tom Cruise movie?
I don't even know why I hang out.
What's another Tom Cruise movie, Marco?
Mission Impossible 1, Mission Impossible 3.
Come on, you know about Scientology. You're one of them ones.
Tropic Thunder. That's a deep cut.
Fuck.
Was he in Ocean's 11 or 13 or something like that? One of those.
What did you even just say?
Austin Powers?
No.
He does a cameo.
Actually, he has a cameo.
He has a cameo in there.
And Gold Member.
Yeah.
Where?
Really?
When?
In the beginning,
Yeah.
he plays Austin Powers. They're making-
Oh yeah. That's Tom Cruise. He's literally basically Tom Cruise.
War of the Worlds.
War of the World.
You are the world. Damn it. That is a good one.
Movie. Every part where they're trying to like dig tunnels under the ground after that guy lets him come in his cellar.
Oh,
He like figures out he's like alright, some weird shit's going on. He's like, not my blood. Not my blood. He's like digging the
No.
hole under his house and shit.
I hate the fact that fucking the boy wants to go fight with the army.
No, he doesn't want to fight, he just wants to see it. He's like, you don't understand, I have to see this too. And his like Tom Cruise is like holding him on the hill, and he's like,
Alright, fine.
and like lets him go and lets his son crawl up the hill to like the battle just so he can see the aliens. Like,
Oh yeah, that
Hey, you
part was
got- you
always
got it,
like,
Isaac.
crazy as hell to me.
You got it, Isaac. You got the hash holes. It's not that hard. And you just got to make sure that you flatten over the weed, over the paper, and then you put the hash right in the middle, and then you fold it over perfectly. It's all about that fold when you're folding it.
believe it or not.
Top Gun,
Yep.
good one. Nice, Isaac. Good shit.
I didn't see the new Top Gun.
Neither did I. I don't give a shit about.
no.
I hate remakes. I didn't even see the new Matrix. I won't see it.
Is
Fuck
it a
that.
remake or is it?
No,
Shut the
it's,
fuck up.
it's a sequel. Technically, it's not a remake.
Tell me all we're trying.
Oh wait, we're missing the greatest Tom Cruise movie of all time, Tropic Thunder.
Oh,
No,
I already said it.
there's
Oh,
another
I didn't
one.
hear that.
It's that one about the Illuminati. It's got
Da Vinci Code.
no. Fuck.
Not Tom Hanks.
It's a Tom Cruise movie. It's about the Illuminati and like the Hollywood elite. They wear masks and shit, and they're like in like a fucking big room, and he takes off his mask.
V for Vendetta.
No.
No.
Damn.
Fuck. What is it called?
Star Wars.
I'm gonna think.
That's
of it.
not Cornball.
No.
Pee Pee Poo Poo Man.
Wait, did we mention the
Jack Reacher.
Stop! You're fucking with me. I'm
Jack
trying to think.
Reacher.
Jack Reacher.
No,
Jack Reacher is not Tom Cruise.
No, he did
Yeah.
play Tom Cruise in the movie.
Jack Reacher.
Yeah, there was a.
Well, there's a shower.
Yeah.
There's a rack teacher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Wait,
6, 7, 8.
Did we mention the
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Did we mention the one where he's the cop with the time shit? What the fuck? I'm blanking. No, he's the cop.
Minority Report. No, Minority Report.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, dude. That's a good one.
Where
Oh no, he plays it between. Yeah, like he keeps resetting. Yeah.
Dude,
Dude,
you know what he's thinking of? The Pee Pee Poo Poo Man.
No.
Oh,
You guys don't know what I'm talking about?
dude,
Wait.
the Pee Pee Poo Man.
No. So it's got Tom Cruise
Yeah.
and Kate something.
Beckons.
No, pale skin, blondish, with orange hair.
Yo, I think I
The
know.
whole movie is like them fucking, and then it has to do with like lust and like the principle of lust and how Hollywood elites use lust to like sell movies and shit.
I've never seen this.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh,
Fucking-
okay.
Yeah, Eyes Wide Shut. is
Yeah.
what it's called.
Bro, you want to know what's that
I know that.
gnarly shit that you, bro? How did y'all become bud tenders? I won the jackpot lottery of a fucking Indeed application and got called back for applying on fucking Indeed. That shit was sick. That's basically how I became a bud tender.
Yeah, same. I won a jackpot as far as being called back. You know, my resume stood out amongst other people, and during my interview stood amongst.
I would debate that mine's even crazier because I applied and within within 1 hour, these people were calling me, and I was like, I didn't even want to answer because I was like, I don't know who this is. That's kind of ridiculous if they're already calling me back. Like I just started applying for jobs, so I answered and they're like, hey, we see that you're interested. I was like, damn, that was fast. I've seen it. Super good.
For me,
Very.
when I got hired, it was when I first moved out to California, like in an area like for a little bit, I was just kind of door dashing around, and there was a dispensary that wasn't usually super busy, and I would pretty much just always pop in there like throughout the day while I was door dashing. One day they put a sign up in the window saying that they were hiring, and
And that was Perfect Union.
yeah, that was a perfect union. And then I was familiar with everybody there at the time. They all pretty much knew me all by name and everything. So when they saw me walk in, like I applied, like they were like, "Oh, you're getting hired." Like of course, like oh hell yeah, we'll hire you.
Dude,
Pretty
that
much,
was your end of the company. That's crazy.
yeah, and like I pretty much walked in. I did the interview, but like everyone already had the mindset like, "Yo, like we're hiring you," and
That's dope.
then just kind of waited for a transfer up here, but then there was no spot. And then one
What year was that? That was fucking 2020,
He moved out here at the start of the pandemic, so I think it was like
2019.
maybe something around there, maybe 2020.
5 fucking years.
He would have started, yeah, about the same time that we started at the company. It was just
I got because what I've been here for 2-3 years now. I've been like here
in you within this area.
yeah, in our area. Yeah.
I've never been in Los
Guys, I would like to apply to Wild Seed. Yeah, bro, apply.
customer service.
Yeah, bro.
That's all it is.
Yeah, have good. Yeah, exactly that. Bring in your resume, turn in an application through Indeed because I'm pretty sure as long as it's open, it's open.
Become friendly with staff, maybe sometimes that helps.
Yeah, honestly, I think it really does because
If they're familiar with you.
yeah, because if you're sociable with the staff and you know what's good, then they will put a good word in for you. Because I have for hires that have come in, yeah. For people that have come in that are hires now, yeah, that's happened. That I've put in a good word for them.
So we're gonna hang out with you on March 31st, right? And we'll go ahead and we'll have a conversation to make that a little bit easier for you.
All right, let's take our last hits, and then we'll do our last words and get out of here, y'all. At a good 9 o'clock. I don't know what is this, a 2-hour stream?
2-hour stream.
Nice. So Isaac, before we leave, how you liking the new setup? Are you liking it? How's it sound? How's it looking? Give us some feedback, brother. I'd really appreciate it.
Do you like the camera angles? Do you like the fit? I'm not paying you to hit the jewelers. I'm paying you to catch the fit. Fit check.
Hopefully, we're able to improve every week or every other week. We're always going to try to
Yeah, I
make
do like the shirt.
minor improvements.
You can make a plan with Abby. But
Make a plan with Abby. That's true. We're always going to try to make finer improvements. Can't wait to have you on, bro. We're always trying to do better for you guys. Thank you for joining us, everybody, here tonight on Talking High Culture. We really appreciate every like, every comment, every interaction. We're trying to grow our subscriber base is going to be one thing that we're going to emphasize on focusing on. We still got skits that are going to come along the way. We still got different clips and reels and other stuff for work.
We got skits coming, and I have schizophrenia.
Who are you?
What's that thing on the wall over there?
Creepy. Which one?
Creepy. Interesting. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and come here to Talking High Culture for all your cannabis needs and questions and vibes.
we shall see y'all later.
I love you. For real. Watch